Hi darlings, so today I'm going to be showing you the Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. So these lipsticks have been around forever. They've been around since the 50s. Now not all the shades, but definitely some of the shades that are classics have been around from the 50s. And 50 years more, flash forward to 2026, they're still selling them, which is kind of crazy. And a lot of like women, whether they're like grandmothers or mothers, they have a go-to shade that they've been using for years. So the reason I decided to make a video on this is because this like lipstick collection still has my own memories for me. So I'm going to talk about those little stories, and we'll also do like lip swatches, hand swatches on my arm. So stay tuned. All right, so the first shade that we have to talk about is Love That Red. So the reason I love that red is like my first shade that we have to talk about is because it's the first lipstick I ever bought. Now, not this exact one, but I bought the Love That Red shade back in second grade. So in second grade, I had a dance recital for tap and ballet, and I don't really have good pictures because the quality was bad back then, but I did have a tap and ballet dance recital, and we were supposed to wear makeup for it, and I was very excited because this was my first time wearing makeup. So I went to Walmart and my mom let me pick out the makeup. So I remember specifically buying Love That Red from Revlon, and I didn't even like know what shade to buy in red lipstick because my mom doesn't really wear makeup, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I just saw like Love That Red and I thought like, oh, that sounds like a cool shade, and then I picked it up. And because this was the only lipstick I like owned in second grade, it was like the lipstick I used to use in elementary school. So I ended up like wearing this lipstick to my fifth grade graduation. And I remember everyone was like staring at me because it's a very bold color. And I also wore this lipstick, cringy picture over there, to my friend's Oscar themed party. So this was like the one lipstick I had that I used even in sixth grade. And then when I moved to India, like we ended up losing this lipstick in like the moving process. So I never used it after seventh grade onwards. I only used this until sixth. And then I never repurchased it because I feel like now, like I understand what red lipsticks would look good on me, and I'm not sure if this would still look good on me. Like the reason I bought this again because I wanted to see if how accurate like second grade me was at picking red lipsticks. So now that I've told you that whole crazy story, we're gonna try it on. So this is what Love That Red looks like, and I unfortunately don't love this red. So I definitely think that I personally prefer something a little bit more cool toned, like I like the MAC Ruby Woo, for example. And this one feels a little bit more on the warmer side. So definitely better for someone with different undertones, but for me, this red just isn't it. The next shade we're trying is Pink in the Afternoon. So I'm not crazy about this shade. Like I have been using it for a few years because it's in my makeup bag. But the reason I bought this was because my mom used to have this in her makeup bag. And as I mentioned earlier, like my mom's not really into makeup, so she kind of just bought whatever pink shade she bought. And Pink in the Afternoon is definitely a fun name. So the reason I'm not the biggest fan about this shade is because it tends to be on the lighter side. So it's definitely good for people with lighter skin tones, but I feel like as a brown girl, it's not the most brown girly friendly shade. So this is what it looks like, and I'll show you it on my lips. So it actually doesn't look terrible now that I see it on my lips, but it just isn't my favorite. I do think that the color just isn't the most flattering on me, but it's definitely like a nostalgic lipstick for me. So the next shade is Love That Pink. So I think this is the shade I'm wearing in this picture. I remember clearly that my mom had Love That Pink in her makeup collection, and I just used to take all of her lipsticks, so whatever she had. So this is definitely one of them, and I'm hoping this will be good because I do like how it looks in that picture. but it's been a long time since like my makeup preferences have changed, so let's see what it looks like. And that is Love That Pink. So I definitely love this pink more than the Love That Red. I think this complements my face better. So we will move on to lip colors that are not from my makeup bag of my mom. The only other color I remember her having is Cherries in the Snow. And I always remember not liking that color, so I didn't buy that again. And then I think she might have had Fire and Ice, but I wasn't a big fan of that either from what I remember. So apart from these colors, the other colors I'm going to be showing you are like stuff I bought recently. And then there's also a nude lipstick I had from Revlon when I lived in India that I bought. And I don't know if they sell that over here or if they discontinued it over there, but I can't remember what the shade name was or anything about it. I just remember it was like a nude lipstick and I would not buy it again because it definitely wasn't complementing my skin tone that well. Like it was just like really, really light. Instead, for my skin tone, a better nude lipstick would be something that's more brown. But like, I really wanted a nude lipstick for some reason. And it was like my friend's birthday. Like I was going to the mall with her and I was like, I really want a nude lipstick. So I ended up buying that Revlon lipstick. But yeah, so definitely what I'm learning through this process is that I've definitely like learned what makeup looks good on me and what makeup doesn't. And I think it's really all about experimentation. Like even as you're watching makeup videos on YouTube, there will be colors that'll work good for some people and then some colors that don't. So all part of the fun. Next up is Kiss Me Coral. So I feel like most people don't really wear orange lipstick. And orange lipstick is something that looks great if you're wearing orange, but I'm just gonna have to work with my black top today. So I don't know what happened, but it kind of got smushed. But I do like the shade from what I remember when I last used it. Let's see how it looks. So I do like this color. It's definitely orange enough, but not too orange. So it's not like super out there. So definitely worth checking out. Next up is Desert Escape. So I didn't buy this. I think my mom bought this because she got it on sale or something and then she wasn't using it, so I just took it. So this is like a dark brown shade and let's try it on. So this is Desert Escape, and thankfully I actually really like this. For some reason, the like color on the back of this looks really misleading. Like it kind of looks purplish brown, but the color actually looks really good. It doesn't look anything like that. All right, next up, I do not like this shade. I tried returning it, but they wouldn't take it back. I think they gave me a refund when I contacted them online, but this is the shade Primrose and it's way too light. I'm not even sure if this would look good on lighter skin tones, but I'll show you anyways. So yeah, it makes my lips look really white and like weird. It just isn't a good color. This pink is definitely better. This is the shade Secret Club. And it's not the best pink I've ever used, but it's definitely like better than the other one. So here we go. Alright, so Rose Velvet, this was a shade I saw on social media and it seemed to be recommended for people with my type of skin color. So here we go. So that's my favorite shade so far of what we've tried. It's definitely Rose Velvet. And our final shade is Rum Raisin. So Rum Raisin is a darker color. It's also like a really popular color. So this will be our final color that we try. And that is Rum Raisin. So I also really like this shade. So overall thoughts are, I thought the browns and like the deeper colors worked really well from these lipsticks. And then I obviously wasn't really a fan of like the lighter pinks and stuff. And overall, I think, of what these lipsticks, it's all about finding the right shade. So picking a shade that really works for you. And then, unrelated note, but like, I just love the packaging of these because they really have like that classic lipstick feels. Like, I like how it's circular and I like how it's black and has like the gold accent on it. For some reason, to me, that just feels like a classic lipstick. I know a lot of other brands these days are trying to like try different things, like making them square, making them different colors, but like this just hits like that classic lipstick feel. So before we end this video, I'm gonna do some arm swatches and that'll be it. We're doing the arm swatches. So first off, I'm starting off with Love That Red. And then next up, we have Love That Pink, followed by Kiss Me Coral, Rum Raisin, Rose Velvet, Pink in the Afternoon, and Secret Club. So those are the arm swatches of the Super Lustrous lipsticks.